Hello, every pony art, Lysiana here. Link to my Divinian art in the description below and also for my Patreon if you'd like to do that. Warning, this video will contain pictures from Google. That is not mine, so please go and give respect to the owners of these pictures and copyrights. It's also going to contain my personal opinion about the MLP villains. In this case, the ones that are still villains and I'm thinking that are getting a reformation or coming back. So if you don't like stuff like this, click away or else stay. Yeah, here we go. 3, 2, 1. So first of all, I would like to talk about Sombra because he's my favorite villain still. I know that there's a lot of people that don't like him, and I can see why people don't like him. But the way he's my favorite hero is that we don't know that much about him. He's still, unclear on if he's coming back because of his horn flying off. And we all know that just the tip of his horn could make, dark crystals and stuff like that. So will we see him come back and, join with Queen Chrysalis, or will we see him come back just as himself and, try to overtake the Crystal Empire once again? Now, something I have also mentioned in the other videos is that I would really love to see an episode where Queen Chrysalis revives King Sombra, for example, by finding his horn on the way to the Crystal Empire and, contouring him up again or something and making him the king of the changelings. But I also feel like this could actually, destroy the changeling hierarchy, or how to say that, because she's the queen and then there's the changelings. So I feel like it have been like that since the dawn of time, and it should stay maybe like that. Maybe she will find out that it's not a good idea to share all of her, powers and stuff like that, and, figure out that she wants to have her, her changelings and her kingdom for herself. Maybe I'm not quite sure. Maybe it could also work with her actually falling in love with Sombra, and Sombra, giving in to her being the queen also. That could actually be a nice idea. But something that makes King Sombra very unique from the other villains that there have been is the traps. I will say that, I also like the concept of the other villains having traps and stuff like that, and King T-Rex also, tricked Discord into, helping him and stuff like that. But Sombra was, on his own. He didn't have anybody he could manipulate, quote unquote, and he was like trying to take over by himself. The only thing keeping him out of the Crystal Empire was actually, Caden's shield, or it was Shining Armor shield. I know that they worked together to make the shield to protect the Empire. So yeah. I also like the Fear Door. I know that I would have very much trouble getting past that one. I like the never-ending staircase, and I also like the last one that protects, the Crystal Heart in such a way that, Twilight can't get to it, and Sombra have really fought this through. I do feel like the traps was actually meant for Celestia or Luna or Cadence. Now Cadence is occupied with the spells and drained out of all of her powers and stuff like that. But I really do feel like if it was Celestia or Luna coming to the Crystal Empire, I don't feel like they could have fulfilled their, duties, or how to say that. They couldn't have gone, even if they had Spike with them, I don't feel like they could have gone past the fear door, and they couldn't have, figured out what they were supposed to do with the, bubble that is protecting the crystal heart and stuff like that. I really do feel like both Luna and Celestia would be trapped at the fear door itself. Maybe they couldn't figure out what spell to use on the, the chair, or how to say that. So it opens to where Sombra has his secret hideout, or how to say that. And it also shows that he had so much power over the Crystal Empire that he still have left some of himself in the Crystal Kingdom. For example, the way down to the fear door, the never-ending staircase, the protection spell around the Crystal Heart, and the other version of the Crystal Empire, which are seen when, Twilight casts her spell on the throne, or how to say that. And also he still have the, influence over the ones that are living in the Crystal Empire with the spell that makes them forget and stuff like that. And I actually fear that, if it was Celestia or Luna going there, I do feel like they would have been, targeted, and he would have used the memory spell on them. Maybe that is also why they didn't, go there. But now I'm thinking about it, why didn't he then target the main 6? Maybe they were immune. I don't know. I also feel like she could have done the, the task with just the main 6, and she just needed somebody to follow her. So I really feel like, both Spike or one of the others could have fulfilled that place, or how to say that. But I really do feel like it's awesome that it's Spike that does it. I just feel like if one of the others also followed her, I do feel like they could also have filled the, necessary needs that there were for that. Something I would like to say about Chrysalis is that she still have the potential of also coming back, of course, because we saw her being blown away from the Crystal Empire, actually in the same direction as Sombra's Horn. But I really do feel like we are going to go to the Queen's Lair, as I said in the previous episode. I actually feel like Spike is going to follow the changeling. I forgot his name, but it's going to be like the Lion King 2. If you haven't watched the episode or the video, I'm going to put a spoiler in here, so be warned. In the Lion King 2, we have this scene where we have Simba that is lured into something where the evil queen is actually, taking all of her lions and attacking Simba at that point. But it wasn't supposed to be, because the one Kovo that is responsible for it, it wasn't what he wanted, right? He wanted them to have peace and love and trust and stuff like that. But instead, it looks like he have gotten them into a trap. So it could be very interesting if, Spike and the others were following this changeling to the hideout of Queen Chrysalis. But on the way, Queen Chrysalis was interrupting them and saying, oh, it was all part of a plan, and now you're all going to be changed into evil, or I have found Sombra's Horn and now you will feel the shadow magic overtake you, or something in those lines. And I really do feel like the only one that might not be affected by the shadow magic is actually Starlight, because she doesn't know anything about Sombra and she doesn't know anything about Queen Chrysalis. So it could be interesting if she was the one, that had to save the day, and all of the others was reliant on her, and the only way there was to do this was actually to rid Queen Chrysalis of all of the evil, being evil yourself, taking the evil and take it upon yourself and then get rid of it, or in other way, shape or form. Do feel free to write in the comments down below what you think about this. I really do want to see an episode that was with Queen Chrysalis and King Sombra, but maybe it's just too much to ask. I know that we're going to see an episode with Queen Chrysalis, but yeah, that's actually all for today. Do remember that inspiration is right around the corner. Do remember to take care of yourself and your loved ones, and have a great day. Yeah, okay. Bye.